Good evening. This is Anabrese. This is a reading, an oracle reading for sensitive souls and spiritual pioneers. And this is just a bit of fun, actually. It's Friday, and I feel like just doing some oracle cards for us, just to see what the guidance is for the collective on, this is the 9th of November. So we're 2 days away from the 11/11 portal. So I'm just going to pull some cards and see what messages want to come through. Just as a little story, I was watching Star Trek Generations last night. I do enjoy Star Trek, and I've been watching some of the episodes of the new generation. And what I love about Star Trek is just, first of all, it's set in the cosmos, and so I love the sort of star seed kind of connotations. And the story last night that I was watching was one called Transfigurations, and this was about a species that was undergoing a transformational evolution, and their bodies were basically becoming light bodies. And so the story was that an alien had gone aboard the Enterprise, and they were helping it heal, but the body, this guy kept getting this alien guy kept getting sort of initiations into his new body. So as he was becoming his new body, he started getting like energy surges that were just kind of would come for a few seconds at a time and then disappear. So at the end of the episode, basically, he became his full light body self. But it was really interesting because there was, a theme of, appreciation of a new species, and the transfiguration, the transformation of this more physical based being that was becoming more like a light based being. And I just really enjoyed it because I relate a lot to some of the starseed kind of teachings and content that's available today. And in a way, I just could relate it to the process that we're going through as well, because we're moving from kind of 3D based physical reality into more of a light based consciousness. Oh, cards flying off there. Let me get them, because they came out just as I said that. And we've got justice. So yeah, it was just the transformation process that we're all going through can also affect our bodies. And I think that this is why many people are wanting to lighten their diets and choose, plant-based diets, because plants contain more light, basically, and living foods. So the more living foods that we have, the more light we're sort of feeding our body as well with the prana. So anyway, that was just a side note. So we've got these cards today, which are... So we've got the Four of Air, which is the Four of Swords in the traditional tarot. We've got the High Priestess, which is intuitive energy. And we've got the Five of Swords as well. I read the Oracle intuitively. I've been reading it for the last couple of years, and it was also part of my own transformation of learning to read the symbology. And it's taught me a lot about reading energy in the world today. And so most of how I live is kind of like a translation. So it's like my world, I sort of see the world in symbols and energy. So things that happen, it's like I take it as sort of biofeedback for my own spiritual development. So the tarot cards and the oracle cards have been an interesting part of that journey to be able to relate to the world in more of a kind of symbolic and energetic nature. Yeah. So let's just get some clarifiers from the tarot deck and see where we're going with this. But swords or air energy is more about the thinking, the mind. So 4 and 5 have come out here. So the 4 of air is signifying a time of rest and reflection. So this is traditionally the 4 of swords, which is like a card of pause. And the High Priestess is a card of intuition. So because this is here, these two cards together tell me that this is the energy that I'm reading from these cards is about intuitive reflection. So you might be feeling, if you're tuning into this video right now, you might be feeling that you're in a reflective mood, that you are feeling into things, kind of being aware of your thoughts. And then this 5 of air is kind of suggesting a kind of playful energy that I'm picking up from this card. The card of kind of possibility with this dancer here. She's light and buoyant, and there's lots of doves around her. So I feel like this is speaking of freedom. This is speaking of creativity. And of course, when we tap into our intuition through rest and meditation, it allows a space for further insight and guidance. So yeah, I feel like, you may be tuning into, what's the next step for you in terms of creativity. But I feel like you're very intuitive, and just feels like a quiet energy. So I'm just going to see what the clarifiers are in the tarot deck. So the 4 of Swords has come out here as well. So this is definitely suggesting a time of rest. And we have the 6 of Wands, which I'm going to put over the 5 of air, because this card kind of suggested movement and possibility. So I feel like the 6 of Wands is confirming that there is kind of victory and success. And this is also like sometimes suggestive of a homecoming. So someone that's kind of been in battle but is coming home now. So I feel like in context with these cards, it's like someone who's maybe been through a recent battle but is coming home to rest and recover. And with the Temperance card as well, over the High Priestess, I feel like this is saying finding the balance. So striking the balance, being able to rest and reflect, and to be able to maintain the balance. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And it's interesting because I started off with this story about the Star Trek episode of the transformation or the transfiguration of, going from more of the 3D physical into more of a kind of light-based being or energetic being. And I feel like this is sort of signifying a time of evolution, maybe evolutionary advancement that we've had or just come through. So maybe you've just come through a very challenging time where there's been a lot of transformation. And I feel like this is just saying that this rest and recuperation is necessary to regain balance and regain perspective. Okay, so that's our reading for tonight. I'm wishing you a wonderful evening, and yeah, let me know if you have any comments about this or want to add anything. So I'll see you soon. Bye.